Hey everyone, thanks for tuning in. This is Mike McKew, and today we're going to talk about sidechain compression using ghost drums. So to illustrate this technique, I have a session pulled up here called Wave, in which I've used this technique on both the bass and the main synth pad. So let's take a listen to what that sounds like. You'll notice that has a bit of a pumping to it, and you'll also notice over here that this compressor is compressing or activating every quarter note. If you just take a quick look at that again. So to do this, I've used a redrum and 2 spiders, and this Combinator patch will be available in the description down below, so feel free to download it. But for now, let's go ahead and delete these, and we'll make it from scratch. So the first thing you need is a redrum. So let's drag a new one in here, and we're going to right click and reset. And we're also going to flip to the back and disconnect it from the mix channel, as we don't need that channel. And we're also going to create 2 spider audio mergers and splitters. So the next thing to do is to flip back here and take your stereo out of the redrum and put it into this slot right here. This is the splitter side. And this first one here is the part that gets split into the 4 other sections here. So let's drag the left channel and it auto routes the right channel. And we're actually going to take this split here and just bring it right to the same place on this one. So now we have 7 splits that we can use with this redrum in order to do sidechain compression. So if we flip back over to the front, let's go ahead and find a sample. Doesn't matter which one, but you can try different ones here. That sounds good. So once you have your sample here, you can also use the length knob here to edit this later on, depending on your tempo. But the next thing we're going to do is bring our steps right down to 1, and we're going to change the resolution to 1/4 or quarter note. And we have our sample selected here, and we're just going to put it right on 1, and that is all we need. So now when we run this, you'll see that it is triggering every quarter note. You'll also see the lights of the spider light up because there is audio actually coming out of here into the spider, although we can't hear it because it's not hooked up to a mix channel. So the next thing to do is set up the sidechain, and for this we flip to the back and we are going to take one of our splits out of the spider and bring it right over to our sidechain in of this compressor that I have on this mix channel. You can use an M-class compressor, or you can also bring it into the mix channel itself, the sidechain input, and that will allow you to use the mixer channel dynamic section in order to do this, but I prefer to use the compressor as an insert on the track. So once you have your sidechain in set up, and I do have another one right over here. So let's go ahead and grab the second one. Sidechain in. So what this means is that this compressor will activate any time that there's signal flowing through the sidechain, which, although there's no audio that we can hear, there is actually audio flowing from the redrum into the split and then is being split into each of these. And then on the front side, you just go ahead and set up your compressors with the settings that you want. Depending on your tempo, you would want to adapt your release. And you can also utilize the length knob here in order to change the sound. So now we can again take a listen to what this sounds like. So you notice that by default, this sample was too long, so I had to lower the length knob there in order to make it more musical. The other thing to note with this is that you don't have to only use it for quarter notes. We could, for example, up the steps to 8, and we could change this to triplets, and then just hit random ones, and that will change the sound drastically. So we can take a quick listen to that. So obviously that doesn't really make any sense, but I just wanted to show you guys that it is possible to use this for things other than just quarter notes. So I hope you guys found that helpful. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave them below. And if you haven't already, please subscribe. Thanks. I'll talk to you guys soon.